Good day to all of the grade 12 boys and girls in the matric class of 2021. We will discuss the global events of international significance today. So firstly, we will have a look at what is a global event. Now, this is where countries across the world conduct events, and it attracts a large amount of spectators and competitors. So this will also boost the economy of that host country, but you will now have a look at all of these different events in the following few slides. If you need to fill out the worksheet and I go too fast, then you can just pause the video and complete it as you go along. Okay, so people across the world is interested in these type of events, and countries that do host these kind of events has to do proper planning for people to visit their country. So this may include sporting events, fashion shows, conferences, political events, and business meetings. We will have a look at some of these ones right now. Right, so our first one is our sporting events. So it's where people take part competitively, like in the FIFA Soccer World Cup. So the FIFA Soccer World Cup is held every 4 years, and it attracts a large amount of international tourists every year to the host country. It is a soccer event and takes part or place in different countries every time that it is being held. In 2010, it was in South Africa. Then you will see that in 2018 it was held in Russia, and the next one, 2022, will take place in Qatar. Let's hope this will take place as planned, as everything is unsure right now. Then we have the Tour de France. It's an annual cycling event, which means it's being held every year, and it takes place in France. You can see the logo on this flag of, and then you can also see the logo. The tour word resembles a man on a bicycle. Here you can see the man, and that's the one wheel, and that's another wheel. Okay, so this is an event that people right over the world takes part in, and everyone knows about this, no matter where you live. Then we have the Comrades. It's an international recognized ultra marathon that's being held every single year in South Africa. It's plus minus 90 kilometers long. The reason why I say plus minus is because it varies every year. So some years it might be a little bit more, and other years it might be a little bit less. The starting point is in Durban and ends in Pietermaritzburg, and the next year or the following year it will the direction will change. So then they will start at Pietermaritzburg and then run to Durban. So this attracts a whole lot of international tourists to South Africa, which means we have a great benefit in our economy. Then we have the Olympic Games. It's a multi-sport event, which means that it's one event that consists out of a large amount of different sporting types what people can compete in. It's divided into the summer and the Olympic Winter Games, and it's held every 4 years. So each year, just as your FIFA Soccer World Cup, it's in a different host country. Okay, so the next Olympic Games was planned to take place in Tokyo, and unfortunately, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, this event was cancelled. So we will see when this will eventually take place. And then we have the Wimbledon. You can see their logo here. So it is a tennis tournament that's being held annually in London. And the reason why its name is Wimbledon is because it takes place in Wimbledon in London. So here you can see all of these spectators and all of these people having a great time at these tennis courts watching our international sports stars play out their tennis games. Then we continue to our other events. Now, the other event is the G7 Summit. It's previously known as the G8 Summit. Please do not refer in your answer scripts to the G8 Summit, as it is now the G7, although most of the textbooks might still refer to G8. Please go and change it with a pencil so that you know you learned the right stuff. So Russia withdrew from this summit. That's why it's now only the G7 and not the G8 anymore. Now here you can see on the slide all of the different countries that participate in the G7 summit. They do not really ask this in exam papers, but it's good to know. So what happens at the G7 summit? It's where leaders of the 7 most developed economical countries meet up and discuss various issues. These issues might include economic management, international trade, and then our international relations, as well as terrorism and how to improve security in the country. So businessmen and members of the parliament and the presidents meet and discuss these relevant issues and try to better them. So then we have the Tourism Indaba. That's a following event. So the Tourism Indaba is a marketing event that's being held also in South Africa annually, and it is one of the largest marketing events on the Africa calendar. It attracts delegates from all over Africa and from various other countries as well to South Africa, where they can market their tourism products. So here's just a few photos for you to see what it looks like at the Tourism Indaba. Then we have the COP25. Now, the textbooks might still refer to the COP17, as that was its previous name. It's now known as the COP25, and they discuss climate change. So they consider also ideas how to decrease the greenhouse effect in European countries. So when you see this logo, always refer to climate change, and because that is what they stand for. So there you can see another a type of logo that's being used with their name. Okay, so the abbreviation COP stands for Conference of the Parties. You will see here I said previously known as COP17. Please do not refer to COP17. Okay, then there's other 2 global events that you can just take note of. I do not want you to actually study this. Just go and read some information so that you know what it consists of: the Rio Earth Summit and the Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity. They do not really ask this in question papers, but it is in your curriculum, so you can just go and Google it and see just more or less what it entails, and just make a small note for you on the side. Okay, grade 12, so this is your first lesson of grade 12. I hope and pray that you have a blessed year to come.